Good morning, students. Welcome to the live lecture of real analysis. In the last lecture, we have completed the second unit of Riemann-Stieltjes integration along with the geometrical interpretation. Now, in today's lecture, we were going to start unit number 3, multivariable differential calculus. Before going to the differential calculus of multivariable functions, we should focus on what will be a differential calculus regarding one and two variables. And for this, we have seen actually ordinary derivative for one variable case and partial derivative for multivariable case, right? Now, in today's lecture, we will discuss the geometrical interpretation and the meaning of those derivatives. Then, yes, what is the definition of derivative? Ordinary derivative will start with what is the definition and what is the geometrical interpretation. Yes, Arti, can you explain?
Yes, ma'am. Derivative is equal to slope of tangent in 2D plane. If we take a point on x-axis is x and other point is x plus h, then
So, shall I draw? You
yes, ma'am.
explain and accordingly I will draw. Yes. This is the 2D plane I have considered.
We take 2 points on x-axis, x and x plus h,
Hmm.
and on y-axis f of x and f of x plus h.
Wait, right. Yes. Shall I draw some function here? Curve?
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
this. Okay. Now what we were writing the corresponding values, function values. Say f of x here and somewhere here it will be f of
X
x
plus h.
plus. And the curve I am considering is y equal to f of x. Yes, next.
We join the points
Which 2 points should I join? These 2 points.
x f of x and
Okay. Is it okay?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then
Now this is the we take the slope of the line that x
let me
f of
name these points P and Q. Okay.
now if we take the slope of the this PQ line,
Hmm.
we get f of x minus f of x plus h divided by x minus x plus h, which is h.
Now what is the numerator? F of
X
x plus h minus
f of x divided by
denominator.
h.
Okay. This h is actually x plus h minus x, right now?
Yes.
Next.
Now, if we take h is tends to 0.
Limit I should take, right?
Yes.
Therefore it is limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Yes. Then
Then we get the tangent to the curve.
how that line becomes a tangent?
Yes, ma'am.
How the line becomes a tangent? Actually, we were dealing with line of slope of this line PQ, no? Then now you are saying directly it becomes a tangent. How? Can you explain?
Difference between
Yes.
x plus h. If we difference, we get 0.
The difference
X.
is tending to zero, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hazards to zero.
Right. What happens if I take h tends to zero? This point x plus h is going towards a point x, na? And
Yes, ma'am.
accordingly, the corresponding point Q rolls over the curve and it will try to reach towards the point P. And as h tends to 0, this point Q overlaps the point P, right? And
Yes,
whenever
ma'am.
the point overlaps, the 2 point becomes, or the 2 point coincide. That's why this line becomes actually slow. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right now? This line becomes a tangent. Tangent at which point? At point, and then the derivative at this point will now give the slope of tangent at point P. And whatever is this, we were calling this as a derivative, that is d by dx of what point? At point x, no, d by derivative of a given function at this point x we were getting. Therefore, this is d by dx of f of x, and which is further divided and denoted as f dash of x. Is that okay? Is everyone getting this? Yes, Arti, very good. You have explained a nice interpretation of the ordinary derivatives at a given point. Okay. At the same times, we were writing this ODE as a rate of change of a function also, right? Now, do anyone know how this is a rate of change of a function? Slope we understood. Whether you are writing this or not, ordinary derivative at a point gives you the rate of change of the given function with respect to x at the corresponding point. Is it okay? Can anyone tell me how again? Any other student? I think Uzma madam has taken this in the revision of classical mechanics. As of our discussion, she told me that she has told you this reasoning and all. Okay, forget about that. I want the answer. Yes, students. Let me give you an example. Suppose we were dealing with, I think whether I have taken this in the revision basic. Yes, students. Your involvement in the lecture is very important. Do remember this, okay? Now here I am giving you a function, say y equal to x squared. Okay, and now we were going to check how it is the rate of change of a given function. Now let me check the derivative of this function at x equals to 2. Right? What is the derivative of this function f of x?
2x.
Yes, it is 2x. And if I am checking at x equals to 2, what is the value?
4.
4.
Yes, it is 4. Therefore, what is the meaning? Whatever is the rate of change of the given function at x equals to is 4 times. Is 4 times, right now. That is whenever there is a change in the function, rate of change with respect to change in x, change of f with respect to change in x is 4 times. Now you tell me at x equals to 2, what is the value of the function? This is 4. And how it is giving you 4 times? This is the question now. You have to interpret the answer now. What is f dash 2 as per the above definition? As per the above definition, may I write this as limit x tends to 2 or x minus 2 tends to 0, f of x minus f of 2 divided by x minus 2. Is that okay? What is x? X is a neighboring point to 2. As of here, x plus h is a neighboring point to 2. X at x we were checking the derivative. Now here 2 is the point at which we were checking the derivative, and let us say x is its neighboring point. Therefore, whenever you make the difference between the 2 points tending to 0, as of h is tending to 0 here, right? Then with this you have to interpret the answer. Interpret means what? What is the meaning of this 4? You have to tell me. या 4 वरून काय समजतं आपल्याला हे सांगायचंय. At x equals to 2, the value of the function is actually 4. Whether it is 4 times? Whether it is 4 times? Where is the 4? Yes, it is 2 times. Then how this 4 is giving you the meaning? How you are going to interpret this answer 4? Suppose you are teaching this to some students of 11th and 12th standard, and the answer came out with 4. How you are going to explain this to your students? What is the meaning of this answer 4? Or whether you are going to, yeah, this is the answer and you will get the marks. Finish. Huh? We should not do this, right now? Being a mathematics teacher, it's our duty, it's our job to explain the meaning of the answer or the interpretation of the answer. Because finding the answer is not a big task. Interpreting the answer is the big task. Right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How are you going to interpret this 4? कुणी सांगा या 4चं मीनिंग सांगायचं मला. 4 कुठे आहे? 4 टाइम्स चेंज कुठे दिसतोय? I think we have used one more symbol of the derivatives. I don't know whether you are remembering. Limit delta x tends to 0, delta f by delta x is also denoted as f dash of x. Right now, delta f means what? This is change in f, na? And what is delta x? This is change in the variable x, right? Now, this change in f upon change in x is also called as an increment ratio. And whenever you are giving the limit, x tends to 0, that increment ratio gives us the derivative. Or here also it is the increment, na? This is change in f or increment on f. And what this is also change in f or increment in the independent variable. So what you have to interpret is, with this change in f to change in x with the limit delta x tending to 0, how this is going to give us 4 times change. Here if I observe directly whether it is giving you the 4 times change, no, this is simply 2 times change. Right now? Yes, anyone knows this? Have you tried to find the answer for this question at least? Or have you asked the question to yourself? What is the meaning of this 4? This is the rate of change. No doubt this 4 is the slope of the tangent at the point 2. Correct, na? Slope of the tangent at the point 2. That is one aspect. Or I can say this is geometrical aspect and this is algebraic aspect. Is that okay? Yes, anyone from the students? How this value 4 gives you the meaning? प्रश्न पडला का आपल्याला आतापर्यंत कधी असा? 4 कुठून आलं? कुठे रेट ऑफ चेंज आहे 4 टाइम्स? This is what a mistake we were doing. At x equals to 2, we were checking the rate of change. This is not at x equals to 2 actually. This is x tending to 2 and this is about change in f to change in x. Okay, let me explain you in detail. Suppose I am considering the value of x and y. Y is my function x square, right? Suppose this is 2 point at which the value of the function is 4. And suppose the nearest point I have taken is 4. What is the value of the function at this point? Function is x square, na?
Yes, ma'am.
It's 25. Then what is your delta x and delta y?
3 and 21.
Yes, this is 3 and 21. How many times it is?
7.
7 times, right? No. Okay, that is if your delta x is 3, then delta y is 23 and this rate of change is 7 times. See, this is my point x equal to 2 and here we have started with 5. Then what is the difference? Difference is 3. Therefore, difference in the function is 21 and this is almost 7 times. But what we have given the limit we have given is delta x tends to 0 or whatever is x minus 2 tends to 0. Here what is delta x we have taken? It's 3. So let us make it smaller. Let me take some other possibility. Okay, let me make the difference 2 and 3. Some nearing point I am taking again. Here it is somewhere 3. That is we were reaching towards a point 2, right? From the right,
Yes,
we were reaching towards the point 2. Now tell me the function values at 2 and 3, 4 and 9. Delta x, delta y. Delta x is
1 and 5.
1 5
1 and 5.
Okay.
Now, how many times it is?
5 times.
5 times 5.
This is 5 times. Is that okay? Let us make the difference smaller again. X, Y. Now, let me take 2 and 2.5 say. What are the function values? 4 and 25 square is 625, that is 6.25.
6.6.
Delta x and delta y. Yes. This is 0.5 and here it is
5 and 2.5.
2.25.
2.25. Right. Yes. How many times we have to change? 0.5 to 2.25. This is 4.5 times.
4.5 times.
Very good. 4.5 times. Let us make the difference smaller again. 2, 2.1, 4, 4.41. Delta x is 0.1. Delta y is 0.41. How many times?
41.41.
41.
4.1 times. Right now, let us
Yes,
make it
ma'am.
still
Yes, ma'am.
smaller. And here I just use the calculator. Delta x is 0.001 and delta y is 0.004. I'll take 3 times only. Now here you can check how many times the changes.
4 times.
Is that okay? That is, whenever change in x is very smaller, then change in the function will be 4 times of the change in x. Is that okay? And this is
Yes,
what
ma'am.
the derivative tells us. It is not exactly at point x equals to 2, this is 4 times change. No. What your derivative tells us, whenever change in x tends to 0, then this increment ratio is having a value 4. That is change in f with respect to change in x 4 times if change in x is tending towards 0. That is, there is a small change in the independent variable. It will not work out if your change in the independent variable is more. 7 times, this is 5 times, right now. So when this gives you 4 times, going towards 4 times, if your change in x is tending towards 0, that is, a small change in the independent variable will give you 4 times change in the function. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood both the interpretations? Okay.
Yes.
The first interpretation of the ordinary derivative, it gives you the slope of the tangent. Second is it is giving you the rate of change, and with this example it is being now clear that how it is giving you the rate of change. Coming towards the next point of partial derivatives, right now. Why the concept of partial derivative arises, do you know? Actually, the function of the ordinary derivative we were using for one variable function, no, with the standard structure of y equal to f of x. Right now, can we use the same kind of derivative for the function of two variables? Suppose I have a function of the type z equal to f of x. No, we cannot use it. Therefore, there is a need to make the generalization. Therefore, this ODE, this PDE, partial derivative, is the generalization of your ordinary derivatives. And this is for the functions of
2 variable.
many variables, I can say. For
Two
the
or
functions of many variables. Right now, what is the process we were doing? This is applicable for the functions of many variables. Standard structure we were writing of the function is z equals to f of y, the function of two variables, right? Function of two variables. What is the process you are following? Yes. What is the process you are following for finding the partial derivative of this function?
Taking derivative of x, keep y as a constant.
Keep y as a constant, right? That is, I can put say y equals to some a or b and then take derivative, take ordinary derivative now, I think, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Why? Because if I treat one of the variable as a constant, here the function, what kind of function it will become? Z is f of x a. Now putting one of the variable constant, it becomes a function of one variable. And if it becomes a function of one variable, we have a concept of ordinary derivative in our hand to find the derivative of the given function. But here we were not going to deal with the change of variables, change of both the variables simultaneously. Therefore, the name is partial. Partial means we are not going to give you the derivative or total derivative. This is a partial derivative. Keeping one variable constant, we are differentiating with respect to others. Okay. Now the question is, here it is clear. Why one of the variable is kept constant? Just to convert the function of two variables to the function of one variable. And once I get the function in one variable, ordinary derivative we can use. Okay. But I think you get the question of why one variable is kept constant. Why is answered, I think, right now? Now, why is answered. Now we were going to, what happens if we do so? This is the question, right now? Yes, is it okay or not? Okay. Now let me do the same thing for partial derivative with respect to y. Then what we were doing here? We were putting some x equals to b, some constants, and we were taking ordinary derivative, which called as partial derivative. Actually, ordinary derivative with y, which gives you partial derivative with respect to y. Is that okay? लक्षात येते का बघा, एक व्हेरिएबल कॉन्स्टंट का ठेवायचा हा कॉन्सेप्ट का आला असेल. एक व्हेरिएबल कॉन्स्टंट ठेवला की फंक्शन कुठे रिड्यूस होतो, पुन्हा वन व्हेरिएबलला रिड्यूस होतो. मग आपल्याकडे वन व्हेरिएबल साठीचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह आहे ना आपल्याकडे, म्हणून आपण परत ऑर्डिनरी डेरिव्हेटिव्ह यूज करतो. ओके. नाउ व्हॉट इज द जॉब, व्हॉट हॅपन्स इफ वी डू सो, अँड व्हॉट इज द जॉमेट्रिकल इंटरप्रिटेशन. लेट अस कम्स विथ दिस डिस्कशन नाउ. ओके.
Okay, ma'am.
You have to tell me. I am not going to tell you. This is not a lecture. This is a sort of discussion. Anyone from the students? I have given a week's time to find out the meaning. बघितलंय का कोणी? कुणाला काही सापडलं का? पुस्तकं बघायला सांगितली होती, गुगलला सर्च करा म्हटलं होतं. मिळालं का आन्सर? कधी शिकलो आपण पार्शल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह?
BS.
BS मध्ये.
काय कळालं? गुड. बघितलं का पण? एक आठवडा झाला सांगतोय आपण, बरोबर ना? हो तरी म्हणा, नाहीतरी म्हणा, तुम्ही सांगा असं तरी म्हणा, काहीतरी बोला हो. So I assume that you know everything and you start the dictionary derivatives. चालू करू का पुढचा कॉन्सेप्ट मग? हॅलो.
हाँ मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो स्टुडंट्स, बोललं पाहिजे प्रत्येकाने. का प्रश्नाचं उत्तर मिळालं का? फक्त हा म्हणलं, पुढे काय काहीतरी बोला ना.
मॅम आवाज क्लिअर येत नाहीये.
येतं असं समजून जावं पुढे मग मी.
नको मॅम.
आवाज येत नाही क्लिअर मला.
क्वेश्चन आज एकदा रिपीट करा मॅम.
काय तुम्ही काय प्रयत्न केला सांगा ना, बघितलं का? What happens if I put y equals to constant and finding the derivative with respect to one of the variable? मला geometrical interpretation सांगा फक्त बस. प्रशांत 8 दिवस त्याला सांगते की मी हे बाबा हे वाचा मला हे पाहिजे, मी विचारणार आहे, सांगितलं होतं की नाही?
हो मॅम.
मग काय बघितलं का? कुणीतरी प्रयत्न केलाय का शोधण्याचा? पुस्तकं बघितली का? गुगलवर सर्च केलं का? पुन्हा सांगते मी, आपल्याला प्रश्न पडले पाहिजे. प्रश्न पडले तर त्याची उत्तर मिळवू शकतो आपण. तुम्हाला प्रश्नच पडत नसतील तर मग फार अवघड आहे. तुम्ही पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह शिकला, एक व्हेरिएबल कॉन्स्टंट, कारण तुम्ही असं अज्युमच करता, असंच आहे. एक व्हेरिएबल कॉन्स्टंट ठेवायचा, दुसऱ्या बरोबर डेरिव्हेटिव्ह करायचा, मग काढलं सुद्धा, मान्य सुद्धा केलं, तर त्याचा अर्थ काय होतो हे तरी कळलं पाहिजे ना. नको अर्थ वगैरे तुम्हाला, राहू द्या असंच.
हा मॅम.
आम्ही आहे त्याच्यात खुश आहोत.
अर्थ कळायला पाहिजे मॅम.
आपल्याकडे पेपर आहे पूर्ण एक पार्शियल डिफरन्शियल इक्वेशनचा 4थ्या सेमिस्टरला. काय शोधायचा प्रयत्न केला तुम्ही? प्रश्न तुम्ही काय बघितलं सांगा मला याच्याबद्दल. काय म्हणला प्रशांत? प्रशांत तुमचा आवाज नाही आला मला.
हा मॅम.
फक्त अनम्यूट करताय, यस म्हणताय, हो म्हणताय, बंद करताय. तुम्ही सांगा काय बघितलं? डेरिव्हेटिव्ह अर्थ कसा शोधा? प्रयत्न केला का शोधायचा?
येस मॅम, सर्च केलं होतं. त्यातल्या इमेज बघितल्या तर आता एक फंक्शन जर कॉन्स्टंट ठेवलं.
काय हा?
नाही मॅम सांगतोय, आवाज येत नाही वाटतंय. मला वाटतं तुम्हाला सांगतोय पण आवाज येत नाही वाटतंय. एक जर फंक्शन आपण कॉन्स्टंट ठेवलं आणि तर दुसऱ्याचा विचार केला तर जसं ओडीएच आपल्याला मॅम लेट येतोय आवाज भरपूर.
मॅम तुमचा आवाज लेट येतो.
माझा तुम्हाला आवाज लेट येतो मॅम.
ठीक आहे, ओके, ऐकू येतोय आम्हाला.
मॅम नाही, आवाज लेट येतोय. व्यवस्थित होईना झाले.
नाही ठीक आहे, ओके, बोलू शकता तुम्ही, ऐकू येतंय मला.
हा
बोला.
ठीक आहे मॅम.
एक कॉन्स्टंट
एक जर फंक्शन आपल्याला मग दुसरा व्हेरिएबल नुसार एक म्हणजे त्या फंक्शनचं आपल्याला हे भेटेल प्लेन टाईप.
ठीक आहे, तुझ्या बोला, आले हरकत नाही, बोला तुम्ही.
एक जर फंक्शन आपण कॉन्स्टंट ठेवलं तर जे काय फंक्शन म्हणजे जे व्हेरिएबल आपला व्हेरिएबल होतोय त्याच्या जर व्हॅल्यू ठेवत गेलं तर आपल्याला त्याचं म्हणजे प्लेन टाईप जसं कर्व आहे तसा मिळेल आपल्याला दुसऱ्या ह्याचा.
काय रिप्रेझेंट करतो?
म्हणजे आता एक
काय रिप्रेझेंट करतो?
एक प्लेन टाईप तो कर्व आहे, तो प्लेन.
सरफेस म्हणूया का प्लेन म्हणण्यापेक्षा?
हा येस मॅम, सरफेस बेटर आहे.
इक्वल टू एफ ऑफ एक्स वाय हा सरफेस आहे. इथून कर्व कशी मिळेल? इथून कर्व कशी येते?
ऍज कॉन्स्टंट वाय कर वाय कॉन्स्टंट हा वाय कॉन्स्टंट आहे ना त्यांचं म्हणजे इंटरसेक्शन
हा y इक्वल्स टू कॉन्स्टंट काय देतो म्हटलं
वाय इज इक्वल टू कॉन्स्टंट आणि जो काय आपला व्हेरिएबल फंक्शन होतो तो इंटरसेक्टिंग लाईन देत असेल माझ्या मते तो ऍज इमेज केलं म्हणजे इमॅजिनेशन केलं
तुमचं मत बरोबर आहे थोडस फक्त फर्निश करावं लागेल त्याला हा कसं काय लाईन येत असेल किंवा कर म्हणून म्हण त्याला प्रत्येक वस्ती लाईन येईल असं नाही कर म्हणून
हा लाईन नाही ना कर येईल तो
कर कशी कशी सांगू शकता का थोडं काही आहे का डोक्यात तुमच्या आयडिया कसं
आता जर आपलं एक भिंत धरली एक म्हणजे एका खोलीची भिंत जर कोपऱ्याची धरली तर ती काय इंटरसेक्टिंग लाईन आहे कली कोपऱ्यातली दुसऱ्या भिंतीची तशा टाईप मध्ये
पण हे दोन वेगळे सरफेस घेताय तुम्ही ना एक भिंत म्हणजे एक सरफेस येईल दुसरी भिंत दुसरा सरफेस येईल
मग मॅम वाय कॉन्स्टंट आहे ना आपला आणि एक्स एक वेगळाच हे ना व्हेरिएबल आणि वाय पण वेगळाच आहे ना व्हेरिएबल मग त्यांचं इंटरसेक्शन एक कर्वच येईल ना सरफेस म्हणजे एक्सचा सरफेस येईल आणि वाय कॉन्स्टंट असल्यामुळे ते कर्व दोन्हीचा इंटरसेक्शन कर्व येईल ना
बरोबर आहे झेड इक्वल्स टू एफ ऑफ एक्स
हा ठीक आहे
सरफेस येईल आणि वाय इक्वल्स टू कॉन्स्टंट मी जर ठेवला तर तो प्लेन येईल आणि सरफेस आणि प्लेन इंटरसेक्शन काय येतं
हा येस मॅम कर्व येतो हा येस
बरोबर आहे कर्व म्हणजे पुन्हा आपल्याला फंक्शन ऑफ वन वेरिएबल
हा येस मॅम
आणि मग तिथं डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढतो म्हणजे पुन्हा तिथं तर तो काय देणार पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह इंटरप्रिटेशन पुन्हा ऑर्डिनरी डेरिव्हेटिव्ह सारखाच देईल ना तो
येस मॅम
ओडी ऑलरेडी आपण काय बघितलंय इट गिव्स यू द रेट ऑफ इट गिव्स यू द स्लोप ऑफ द टँजंट किंवा रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ अ फंक्शन इन दॅट डिरेक्शन बरोबर ना
हा येस मॅम
आला की मग काय घाबरताय हेच आहे उत्तर
मी फक्त क्रम वर ते इमेज बघितली होती त्याच्यातून समजलं
हा ना मग तेच म्हटलं आपण समजून घेण्याचा प्रयत्न केला तरच समजणार आहे समजूनच घ्यायचा प्रयत्न नाही केला तर नाही येणार आहे ना बरोबर आहे अगदी बरोबर आहे 100% बरोबर सांगितलं तुम्ही बाकी मग किती जण कळालं माझ्या स्टुडंट्सला समजलं का बाळांनो हो तरी म्हणाले नाही तरी म्हणाले रोज बोलणारे पण आज बोलत नाहीत बघा नाही समजलं बाकीचे लोक संचिता
नो मॅम
मग विचारते ना प्रत्येकाचं नाव घेतल्यावर तुम्ही सांगणार का नाही समजलं म्हणून चला बघा आपण आता सुरू करूया लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ फाइंडिंग द पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y by putting some x equals to constant. If I put x equals to constant, what the function becomes? Z of x a. Right now, so we'll first find out what is z of x f x a. Before that, the original function given to us is z equal to f of xy. No doubt, this f of xy is a surface in a three-dimensional space, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
this is the surface in three-dimensional space. It will not come in 2D, no? We have to go for 3D, right? So first we'll try to plot this surface. Okay, let me just plot the surface somewhat like this. This is any arbitrary surface I'm considering, say. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This is my surface. Okay. Now this is z equal to f of x comma y. Now what we were doing? We were putting x equals to a in this. We were putting x equals to a means what? We were taking the intersection of these two, na? Whenever we were putting the value, what is the meaning? We were taking the intersection. Before that, one should know what x equals to a is going to represent. What? X equals to a is going to represent? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of x equals to a? If I write x equals to
Straight
a,
line.
Line.
Constant. Straight line.
no,
Line.
I'm asking in 3D space. I'm asking. This is line in 2D.
Plane.
Yes, it's a
Plane.
plane.
Yes,
It's a
plane, ma'am.
plane. In Raymond's teachers yesterday's lecture we have seen, no? If I put x equals to a, okay, this is our usual three-dimensional coordinate system, say. Right? Then what this x equals to a is going to represent? If it is in 2D, it will represent this line x equal to a. Correct? A vertical line. But here it is not a line. This will be a plane. Suppose here is your value a. Then what kind of plane you are going to get? What kind of plane you are going to get? May I say this is the plane which is going to cut the x-axis at A, which will be parallel to YZ plane. Right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Let me try to draw the sketch. Now this kind of plane we have. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This will be a plane x equals to A parallel to YZ axis. Okay. Similarly, if I wanted to plot y equals to B, say, what kind of plane we will get?
Parallel to x z axis.
Very good. Parallel to XZ axis. This is the plane, say. Okay. This is the plane now. And which is going to cut your y axis at the point B. Therefore, this is the plane y equals to B parallel to XZ plane. Similarly, if I wanted to plot the plane for Z equals to C, say, what kind of plane we will get? Plane parallel to,
XY.
It's that
yes, it is plane parallel to XY plane. Is that okay? Which is going to cut your cut at z equal to c. Okay, these are the interpretations of your x equal to a, y equals to b, z equals to. We were going to use these two. There is no need of z equals to c, but just for your sake of understanding. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to substitute x equals to a. Means actually we were interested in finding the intersection of this surface with the plane. Okay, this is the surface and this is the plane. We were interested in taking the intersection. So let me just plot a plane somewhere here. Is that clear? This is my plane x equal to a. Now, what we were going to do? We were going to cut. We were going to cut that surface by a plane. As of we were cutting any fruit, say, by our knife. What happens if I cut the fruit by knife? Okay, suppose we have some watermelon in our hand and we were wanted to cut it by the knife. Suppose that knife is my plane and we were cutting. Then what happens? What about the boundary area? May I say that watermelon, if it is of exactly sphere shape, the intersecting curve becomes a circle. Right now? Therefore, that surface changes to curve. Therefore, here what we were doing, we were cutting this surface by the plane. Are you getting me? As of we were cutting some surface by the by knife, say. Okay. Therefore, what will be the intersection of both of them? What the intersection will be a curve, and this will be as per the shape of your surface. Right now, तुमचा सरफेसचा जसा शेप आहे तशा शेप मध्ये ही कर्व येईल ना. लक्षात येते का बघा. Let me change some surface. Okay. The shape of the surface I will take exactly somewhat like a sphere facing downward, right? So that it will be easier for me. Yeah, this is the surface say. Then let us say the intersection is of this type. Is that okay? Now your this red line, what this red line represents? Red line represents z equals to f of x comma a. Sorry, putting x equal to a we were saying, na? Sorry, a small mistake I have made. If I am putting x equals to a, what is the function here? A, y, na?
A comma Y. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. This is function a comma y. Is that okay? This is your curve now. Therefore, what this is going to represent? This is the curve. This curve is obtained by intersecting your surface with the plane. And then if I am interested in finding the partial derivative, say fy, then as of the ordinary derivative says, suppose at this point, suppose at some point if I am interested in finding the derivative, okay, this is a point C say at which you are finding the derivative, then this is actually the tangent. How many tangents I can draw at this point in the space? How many tangents at the point? How many? So suppose this is my surface, this hand is surface. At the tip of this curve, how many tangents I can draw?
Infinite.
Yes, it is
Infinite.
infinite. Infinite. And actually this is a tangent plane, no? This is the tangent plane. This will act as a plane, right? I think you can see it
Yes,
in
ma'am.
video. This is a tangent plane. Means infinitely many lines we can draw as a tangent. And out of those infinitely many lines, which line we were considering? A line which is parallel to x-axis. Why parallel to x-axis? Because the change in y we were considering only. So what kind of tangent I am expecting at this point? Which is parallel to y-axis. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is the line. So this is the tangent line we have at the point C, which is parallel to y-axis. Okay, and this will give you a slope. Tangent of this slope of this tangent at the point C will be your interpretation of your fy. Therefore, what is fy? What is fy? Fy is the slope of tangent at given point in the direction of y-axis. कुठल्या tangent ची स्लोप घेतोय आपण? जी tangent तुमच्या y-axis च्या direction ला आहे. Is that okay? Similarly, it gives you the rate of change of a function. Rate of change of a function with respect to y variable only. This will give you the value of rate of change if you change your y variable only. फक्त y variable मध्ये जर चेंज केला तर तो जो रेट ऑफ चेंज आहे तो तुम्हाला fy देतो. ओके, आता हे थोडक्यात इमॅजिन करायचं बघा, थोडंसं माहिती सांगा. Students,
Yes,
am I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ओके, मतलब वाट झालं का?
नाही मॅम.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Fine.
Therefore, okay, let us try to understand what kind of situation is there. Okay, थोडं मराठी सांगते इथे. समजा आपण कुठल्या तरी अशा एका डोंगरावर उभा आहोत. असा डोंगर, आणि डोंगर काय प्लेन असतो का? सपाट अगदी असं नसतं ना. असं थोडे त्याला दरी, थोडी चढ, थोडा फ्लॅट, थोडा भाग असा असतो. आता आपण काय करायचं माहिती का? जिथे आपण उभारलोय तो ओरिजिन आहे. काय म्हणते बघा, जिथे आपण उभारलोय तो ओरिजिन आहे आणि 3 डायमेन्शनल कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टीम फिक्स करून घ्यायची. आपण स्वतः झेड ऍक्सिस, ओके, आपण स्वतः झेड ऍक्सिस, आपण जिथे उभारलोय आपल्या पायात बरोबर ओरिजिन समजायचं. आपण स्वतः झेड ऍक्सिस आहोत आणि बरोबर एक आणि वाय ऍक्सिस आपल्याकडे येतील ना, येतील की? दोन हात जर मी असे केले तर माझे एक्स आणि वाय ऍक्सिस होतील ना. हे झाले म्हणजे 3 डायमेन्शनल कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टीम. आता काय करायचं माहिती का? तो जो डोंगर आहे ना, तो माझा सरफेस आहे अंडर कन्सिडरेशन. मग आता आपण काय करणार आहोत माहिती का? हळूहळू आपल्याला फक्त वाय व्हेरिएबल चेंज करायचंय. बरोबर आहे? वाय व्हेरिएबल चेंज करायचा. म्हणजे आपण काय करणार आहोत, जो तुमचा वाय व्हेरिएबल असेल, वाय डिरेक्शन असेल, जिथं ओरिजिन नको म्हणायला, पण आपण मध्ये कुठेतरी उभारलं समजा, ओरिजिनल नको उभारायला, आपण कुठेतरी एक ओरिजिन आणि हे करा. आणि आपण काय करायचंय, जिथे उभारलोय तिथून वाय ऍक्सिसला पॅरलल चालत 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 जायचं. लक्षात येते का बघा मी काय म्हणते. हे जे इमॅजिन कसं करायचं सांगते तुम्हाला. ओके, समजा इथे आपण डोंगर आहे कुठेतरी, तिथं 3 डायमेन्शनल सिस्टीम मी फिक्स केली आहे आणि इथे आपण उभारलोय. ओके, इथे आपण उभारलोय आणि हा भाग कसा आहे, सगळा डोंगर आहे, टेकडी आहे, टेकडीवर उभारलोय आपण. आता काय करायचं माहिती का, वाय डिरेक्शनला चालत चालत निघायचंय. आणि मी जेव्हा वाय डिरेक्शनला चालत चालत निघते तेव्हा माझा एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट काय असतो, फिक्स असतो ना. वाय डिरेक्शनला चालत चालत चाललेली, बरोबर आहे का, म्हणजे एकाच लाईनवर चाललेली, जिथे तुमचा एक्स हा फिक्स असतो, एक्स फिक्स असतो. ओके, तर आता हे जेव्हा चालत 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 जाऊया आपण वाय डिरेक्शनला, तर आपल्या पाऊल खुणाने काय ट्रेस आउट होणार आहे, एक कर्व ट्रेस आउट होणार. जिथं थोडा खड्डा आहे समजा, आवाज येतोय.
येस मॅम, येस.
ओके, आपण चालत पण आपण जे चालत गेलो ना, जी पायवाट आपली पायाने तयार झाली ती एक कर्व होणार आहे. जिथं खडा आहे तिथे खालून जाईल, थोडा उभा भाग आहे उभा भाग आहे तिथून असा, म्हणजे एक प्रकारची कर्व ट्रेस होईल ना एकाच डिरेक्शन मध्ये चालत घेतो.
येस मॅम,
लक्षात येते का.
येस येस येस.
हॅलो, ओके, तर ती कर्व आहे जी आता आपण स्केच मध्ये बघितली.
मॅम आवाज येत नाहीये तुमचा.
हॅलो,
येस मॅम.
लक्षात येते काय बोलते मी, कर्व जो ट्रेस होतो तो तुमचा प्लेन आणि सरफेसचा इंटरसेक्शन आहे. मग आता तुम्हाला पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काय देतो, रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ अ गिवन फंक्शन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स ऍक्सिस किंवा विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू वाय ऍक्सिस, वेदर इट इज गिव्हिंग यू द रेट ऑफ चेंज इन एन आर्बिट्ररी डिरेक्शन. कुठल्याही डिरेक्शनला मी चालत गेले, आता मी जे काय सांगितलं तुम्हाला, फक्त वाय ऍक्सिसच्या डिरेक्शनला मी चालत गेलं तर तो देणार आहे, किंवा फक्त एक्स ऍक्सिसच्या डिरेक्शनला चालत गेलं तर तुम्हाला पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह व्हॅल्यू देणार आहे. बट हे दोन डिरेक्शन सोडून मी कुठल्याही एका डिरेक्शनला चालले, माझं मन वाटेल तिकडे मी मला जायचं समजा, तर तुम्हाला पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढता येईल का, रेट ऑफ चेंज काढता येईल का, येईल का काढता.
नाही मॅम,
नाही येणार. अँड दिस इज द ड्रॉबॅक ऑफ पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह, दिस इज द लिमिटेशन ऑफ पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह. पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काय देतो तुम्हाला, फक्त रेट ऑफ चेंज अलॉंग एक्स ऍक्सिस और रेट ऑफ चेंज अलॉंग वाय ऍक्सिस. इट विल नॉट गिव्ह यू द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑन द arbitrary direction. Is that okay? लक्षात येतो का कसं येईल मग ते.
Yes, ma'am.
समजतंय का रेट ऑफ चेंज.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, आता परत बघा, ऑर्डिनरी डेरिव्हेटिव्ह तुम्हाला कंटिन्युटी देतो की नाही. The function is differentiable, ordinary derivative exists, then it is continuous always, right? Now continuous येतो की नाही function तो. If ordinary derivative exists, the function is continuous at the same point. But can you tell me whether it gives you the continuity if it is having partial derivative? माहिती आहे का, if the partial derivative exists at a given point, whether it gives you the continuity?
No.
Very well answer this question. No. Yes, very well. good, but can you explain why? Why it is not giving? Why continuity is not provided by the existence of partial derivatives? Hmm?
X value is fixed.
By putting x constant, y constant, we have calculated. Now forget it. We have the existence of partial derivative fx and fy. Both the derivatives we have in our hand. That is, it gives you one derivative gives you the rate of change of function in x direction. One derivative gives you the rate of change in y direction. Is that okay? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Whether it gives you the continuity, to find the answer for this question, what you should know how ordinary derivative gives you the continuity. ऑर्डिनरी डेरिव्हेटिव्ह कंटिन्युटी देतो. कसं देतो माहिती का? ते आधी माहीत करून घ्यावं लागेल, मग तुम्हाला हे करता येईल. How ordinary derivative implies continuity? Existence of ordinary derivative at a given point implies the continuity at the given point. Do you know how? Yes, students. Okay, we will stop for today. There are more internet fluctuations with us. This is the today's homework. You have to find how the existence of ordinary derivative at the given point gives you the continuity, and what about partial derivative, whether partial derivative gives you continuity or not. Okay, let us stop it for today. If you have any difficulties in today's lecture, you can ask. You can unmute yourself and ask. Tushita, I want to congratulate you. Actually, as of you have thought on this topic and you have tried to give the answer.
थँक्यू मॅम.
तुमचं कौतुक वाटतं, कारण आपण उत्तर शोधली तरच मिळणार आहेत. ओके,
येस मॅम.
बाकीच्यांनी प्रयत्न करायचे समजून घेण्याचे. ओके, चला, काही डिफिकल्टी आहेत कुणाच्या? आजचा क्वेश्चन
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
सांगितलंय पुन्हा. How ODE gives you continuity and what about partial derivatives? Okay,
मॅम रेकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप नाही झाली.
try to find this. Okay, let me stop for today. Thank you for being with me. Wait. Due to internet issue. Wait. Now, students, you can leave the meeting.
ओके मॅम.
Hello, ma'am. 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 Hello. Hello, ma'am.